Agilan, great to see you back in competition very soon, facing Tyler McGuire. How tough has it been having to sit out and watch the division kind of get back at it, and you're kind of raring to go? How's that been?
Oh, it's hard. I think it's hard for everyone this year. Too many uncertainties, and trying to prepare with what we have and do our best to get back to what we usually do. Other than that, the mind is up and down, but it's good to finally get back on it, you know.
What's been keeping you busy since we last saw you?
Oh, a lot of things, man. Like, I went from being a professional fighter to a delivery guy, and then going back to teaching in the gyms, and now I'm finally back to competition. Well, it's a long road, like almost a year, not doing anything much.
Did you have a time to kind of, were there positives to take away in terms of like making sure your body's all maximum healed up, mentally have a bit of a rest in a way? Did you feel there were positives from it?
Not so much, because even when I was at home, I was like constantly thinking that, oh, I have to train, I have to keep in shape, trying to do things like suddenly run a 5K on a treadmill, or like trying to not, the mind is okay, but the body wasn't resting properly, I guess.
And the division is looking quite interesting at the moment. There's been some cool fights. You saw Nakashima versus Abasov and Ramanov as well.
Yep.
Wait,
how do I say his
name?
With the
pronunciation.
So Hiroyuki Tetsuka and I think it's
Ramazanov, yeah. He looks very dangerous.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to come out with the rankings soon? Have you heard any rumors about the welterweight ranking?
I'm not sure, but I think it's a ranking that is supposed to be out there already, because they only have it until lightweight, if I'm not mistaken. Should start with a heavyweight, with the welterweights, and I think middleweight too, because that's a very stacked division as well at the moment.
Is it frustrating in a way? Do you feel like your division is a bit left behind, that the rankings aren't out yet?
It's a bit frustrating, but I think one has their way of doing things, and it's always good when they come out with it, so I'm just going to wait for them.
Is it interesting to you that perhaps a win here against Tyler McGuire, this is your way of getting in the top 5? Is that one of the ways you see it?
I know. I just want to see myself get back to the title. I don't care about top 5 actually, because it's like it's really been hard since last year, and we're trying to work back to the top and top. It's not easy getting back to the top anymore. The division is stacked, so we cannot aim for top 5. We got to aim for the belt now.
Well, you fought for the belt before. You've experienced winning, losing, everything, and you're only 25.
Yeah.
So is it nice for you knowing that you're going into this on the back of a win, even if it was some time ago now?
It feels good always going into another fight with a win, but at the same time, we have to understand that it's been a year, and it's been 2 years for the guy. 2 years since my opponent fought. He could be a different fighter now. So I have to be pretty careful with what I'm stepping my foot in, you know.
You've already fought kind of a who's who in the division. Is there a fight that you feel that you learned the most out of, that you took some positive away from?
Yeah, I think finally I'm taking some positive away, you know, because as you can see, the guys I have lost to, most of them become champions in the following fight. So I lost to Kadestam, he became champion. And he also mentioned in an interview before, like, oh, after beating Agilan, I became confident. And then same thing happened to Akiyama, and he beat me and became a champion. And he said, I became pretty confident after beating Agilan. Maybe it's time I feel confident about myself and go beat somebody up too, you know?
How good is Cameron? He really showed his mettle in the Nakashima fight. I see that as one of almost a classic now of the welterweight division in terms of one's history. I see that as a real classic. How impressed were you with him, having faced him and seeing him as a champion, but did you see him as maybe fallible in what you saw against him and what Nakashima was able to do against him?
I was pretty impressed with Nakashima's game plan and how do I say, I felt like he wasn't there, but he was there, you know what I mean? Like, he was super effective, even though he was not so explosive, and he was precise with his shots, or he was calm, he was composed, you know? He's a good fighter, but I'm surprised with Abasov. He just turned the table in the last round and he just shocked everybody, you know?
You have been linked with a fight to Tyler McGuire for a long time now. He's been around, and I think there was a time where he was really the guy in the division, and you were heavily linked with him. So is it interesting now that some years have come by, but you're maybe both different fighters at different stages, but you're finally getting to face each other?
Definitely.
Tell us a bit more about how you feel about this matchup and how much you like your chances.
I'm not sure about my chances, but I am sure that I'm going to go in there and do my 100% best. You know, that's what I'm looking for, to perform my level best every fight. And when I fought in the small welterweight Grand Prix that they had years ago, and Tyler McGuire was part of it, back in the days I thought like, oh, if I lose to Karstem, I probably have to face the loser from the champions fight. And I thought Tyler McGuire was the guy, you know, and I always thought I wasn't ready for him. And now, after fighting all the veterans and all the newcomers in one, and I feel like maybe it's time. This is the time. Maybe we gotta go and see what's up, you know.
Being 25, you came into this game pretty young, but 25 is still super youthful for an MMA fighter. So, do you feel that there's a big gap in terms of what you've learned now from when you first came on the scene?
Definitely, a lot of things, you know. When I started, I didn't know how far I can go, and look at me now. I'm still here. I'm still trying to fight the best guys. I think one thing is for sure, I know I can work myself back to where I want to be, and that could be a proof of determination that I have, I guess.
I know you don't like to think too heavily onto these kind of things, but it's been a while since I feel like Malaysia got really excited, because we haven't had that packed stadium in KL for a while, you know. Do you see this a little bit as an opportunity to get people on the Malaysian MMA scene back excited and back behind not just you, but, you know, Jihin's fighting soon,
definitely,
the whole team?
Definitely. I think this could be an opportunity for us to show that we are more than just fighters who just fight for fun, you know. We fight because this is our life and this is what we do.